If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website purely devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online's Up and Coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Hey, all right, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB. We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russa program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russa program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russell program on GJRB.
I don't know, it seems to be working today. I didn't get knocked off once. And my clock tells me if I was knocked off once according to my local breaks and everything when I get an input signal. I'm just doing a speaker only right now, but I'm just kind of doing timing it out just to see, because my clock on here will tell me whether or not I got knocked off, because it'll be way off my times that I have written down. And it did not. So I'm thinking, we didn't get knocked off once today at all. So I'm hoping maybe I'm getting something there. But anyway, welcome back to the to the GJRB Schedule Update Podcast. In this segment, we're going to just kind of go through the music programs and stuff and do a summary. We'll talk a little bit of some music and just chat a little bit more. Basically, that's what I'm going to do. And usually what I do is I'll do like a mock run where I just don't run silent and make sure that my timings or sequence is right. And because according to my 9-foot signal automation, and sometimes what I do is I always look at it and see where I'm at here as far as time is concerned, and see if everything's working properly, and then I rig it up accordingly. But I really right now I don't need that anymore, so I'm done with it. So the rest of the time I'm just going to use freeform, and I'm trying to like I said before, when I do internet radio, I have this 9-foot signal, because I hope maybe for some flipping the coin, I guess you could call it, someone will drive by and the car radio will be tuned in to 88.9, 106.1, 106.7, 106.7, 107.1, 107.5, or 107.9 megahertz on the FM dial. 9-foot signal I carry, and I'll do my shows on my 9-foot little radio stations that I have other programs on. I even program stuff on these little FM stations. so that maybe perhaps someone will come along the line. And what I usually program, and that's spontaneous too. I usually run a schedule of some of the reruns of some of the shows I've already done here, but they're only heard on the FM side. 88.9 is the FM signal for this station. 88.9. It's GJRB Online FM, and that's where I kind of broadcast on FM, this signal, but I'm not doing it today. It's just Spreaker only. But I will probably repeat it on my 88.9 signal. And see, by far, it may be not just the people passing by in their car radios, if people even listen to radio anymore, which is one thing I'll talk about in the Gary Russell program coming up. It's just that discouraging thing that, where's my chances when no one listens to the radio anymore in the cars, you know, or even would even be listening, or even have their dial that close to 88.9 or one of my other 5 frequencies. I really don't know. The neighbors here in this complex, kind of need to know and broadcast in an apartment complex, because then I could see if maybe perhaps the 9-foot signal is reaching some people on the apartments on each side of me, and maybe an apartment or two up, because this travels far. And I proved it because one day, like I told you, my car doesn't work. There's something wrong with it. I don't know. I need a starter or something. Well, anyway, I go into my Cavalier and I turn on my car radio. And I put it on 88.9, and I can hear my station that far down the sidewalk. You can hear it. I can go to my car radio and tune in 88.9 when and I'm maybe running automated programming in here. I have automated programming running, music or what have you. And I'll go down and I'll check on my car radio, and I can hear it real good. You can hear it real good. And I'm thinking, well, that distance, maybe someone happened to pass by that would hear it on their radio, and find it interesting, or anybody in this particular block. Now, I need to do is maybe find an old Walkman receiver. I'm looking for one, AM/FM Walkman receiver, and walk around the neighborhood in the springtime, and when the weather's kind of nice like it is now, and I have automated programming running in here, and then see how far the signal actually does go. By walking with a Walkman radio and seeing if there's any listeners, or how far the signal actually reaches in the neighborhood, just within about how many city blocks. Okay, how you doing? Ben has been asking me about that. Okay. Okay. I told him I uploaded it, and it's available for everybody to listen to, okay? You can't listen to it as much as you want to. I'm going to keep it up there for a while. I'm going to do that, like I said before, to promote the Gary Wrestling program coming up, or any of the programs. I'll take a little Gary Wrestling program, and I'll upload it to my Spreaker public site. I'll take a clip or a segment, and I'll put it on the Spreaker public site so that everybody can see it. And listen to it again. I'll take just clips, memorable moments, parts of the Gary Russell program, and just upload it. And it'll promote the show. And then I'll promote the Gary Russell programs coming up from there. I think it's a great idea, and I don't know why I've been thinking this before, but that's a great way to post on will be on the air soon. This way, you have an idea of what time I'm going to be on. And for people listening on Spreaker's public site, that's the posting that tells you I'm going to be on the air soon under my spontaneous broadcasting. Okay? And in music, the shows on the air will be spontaneous, on more often, using my music rotation and songs played and songs picked while I'm on the air. Talk shows like the Gary Russell program will also be live with late-breaking news. I'll post the best of the Gary Russell program alternate Saturdays, along with Bluegrass Jubilee. I'll have a live best of the Gary Russell program, or it'll be a podcast, along with Bluegrass Jubilee, or a spontaneous show after Bluegrass Jubilee live. So in other words, I'll program on Saturday, and it will be a program day where we'll just run programming on Spreaker. I'll have it all lined up as automated programming, and it'll either be voice tracked or I'll be live. And I'll run programming such as that. Bluegrass Jubilee, the best of the Gary Russell program, Bluegrass Jubilee, and we'll follow up with maybe perhaps a Gary J Sports page where the shows will be in 2-hour blocks, ending going off the air around maybe 6 o'clock. Something like that. Just an example. And of course, I'm planning on preaching. I really feel the movement to preach the Word of God, because I believe that Jesus Christ is more important than anything in this world. He died for us on the cross. He is our Savior, and I really think that Jesus Christ is the whole thing, and putting him in front of all these broadcasts, I'm asking him also to help me get listeners, And, the best way to maybe bring people to him is through these radio broadcasts. And how can I bring 0 people to him if I'm not getting the audience? I can't give nothing to them, or, I want to give something. So, I'm going to preach. And basically, I think I need to do, before I do this, and Ray and I talked about this yesterday, and it's basically, I need to sit and really think about what I want to do here, because it would be about concordances. It would be on various subjects such as, is it okay for Christians to cuss, or the hate speech, because I do want to aim that direction, because I'm one of those who have been guilty of it. Especially my animosity towards Muslims, and I'm just gonna try to drop it. I gotta understand, and I guess that was the problem between me and my friend Bill Edmondson, because we've had that battle back and forth, because I guess I am what they call an Islamophobic person. I think that is something that I've been trying to deal with for some time now, because of what I've seen in the news of what these guys are doing, and it's sad. It really is. It's really sad. I mean, it's the radical Muslims, I think, that are turning you off toward other Muslims. But then again, I say to myself, well, back in Nazi Germany, the Germans, more than likely, there was probably animosity toward a lot of Germans because of the Nazis in World War II. You know, the Nazis fried a lot of Jews in the chambers, you know, and I wonder at that time if there was a lot of animosity toward Germans because of the Nazis. And I thought, we're doing the same thing, and we're doing the same thing with the Islamics, just because of ISIS, just because of the Islamophobics out there like me, you know, who think that every one of the Muslims are like that. When I've heard there are peaceful ones. So, I mean, you know, there's a lot there to think about. The fact that also they've been on Facebook and all over social media forcing their Sharia law down our throat. And it was making me angry. And the animosity was really getting worse. And so that's why I need to really talk about that. It's all through hate speech and the subject that God says about these things, like ghosts and aliens and what have you. But I've done that also on Way Out There a couple of times. So I also have more music programming. I still have Emerging Mondays, the first Monday of the month. And we still have some, on average, about, I'd say, I'm going to say 50%, 50 to 55% of my shows will be spontaneous, and about maybe, I'd say at most 10% to 20% will be scheduled. I'm going to schedule programs, maybe schedule one or maybe two programs a week, depending on how things are going, what I've got going on in the week, what's happening each week, and how I can work it in. Now that would mean then that I'm going to schedule some evening broadcasts as well. I'm going to go back to trying to do evening programming. And that's where I come up with that, because I'm thinking about this. I'll still have Emerging Mondays, Positive Rock shows. Some might even be on in the evening. I'll be running CCF church services from the previous Sunday. We're going to still do that. I'll still be on a noon broadcast. But I might broadcast it in the evening sometimes. Or it'll just be a podcast of the church services with just evening Positive Rock show. Programs airing live or on weekends, uploaded podcasts, including recorded live on location. Some of the programs that I'm going to do, as we always do, programming and airing live or weekend upload podcasts, including those recorded live on location. And that includes Bible study, the last 7 days, and CCF church services. Those programs have not been on because they haven't been taking place. We've had such bad weather here in the Quad Cities the past week. Temperatures dipping down to one night 25 degrees below zero. It's been really, really cold. Our church, which is old building, has been really dealing with frozen pipes and stuff, and our heating system, so we haven't been able to hold church services. And right now, we're hoping to have it this Sunday, and if I do have it this Sunday, I will be recording it, and I'll put it up. Okay? The last 7 days also cancel since due to cold and ice. Anyway, we should be having church again Sunday, like I said. We'll be recording those. I usually record the church services and put them up as soon as possible. Usually I try to do it Sunday afternoon, or Sunday evening, because I take my Sunday afternoon naps. Usually when I get up and have supper and everything, usually Sunday evenings I'll put it up right away. I'll have it edited and ready to go. I also do that with a public, I'll have everything all go public. Now, the last 7 days in Bible study are now on the same day. So I'll be recording that in the morning for Burger King the last 7 days, and then that night again we'll have Bible study, and I'll record that. And then I will put it up so they're scheduled for Fridays. So both will be airing on Fridays as a podcast or live. The last 7 days usually is live when I do right before I do the Way Out There show. So I usually have that on live before Way Out There. The last 7 days will be available now on Fridays. Coming up, I'll have a summary what I just went through to make it simple. Just let you know exactly what we're doing, and I'm going to put a close to this because I have other things I want to do. I'm still working on the Best of the Gary Weston program year-end review, the sequel, which will be broadcast next week because I had no time this week. Actually, next week's going to be busy too. I got 2 appointments back-to-back, 2 days in a row. So I'm thinking that final Way Out There show, the final Gary Weston program for the year-end review is going to be on whenever, because under the spontaneous. I made that spontaneous. Okay, so with that in mind, I will post when that show is going to be on with another moment from a past Gary Weston program. So pick a Gary Weston program that I've had on, and I'll re-upload it. It'll be some old promos on there, so you'll know it's old. And I'll have maybe a segment or 2 that I thought were pretty good that, from one of my previous shows. And that will promote the Gary Weston program year-end review, the sequel that's going to be on the air. And I'll post it like I did last night. I'll post it 24 hours before airtime. Okay, 24 hours before airtime, and I will post a old Gary Weston program next week, whenever, when my appointments are over, whatever. It might be where I'm going to try to put it on next Wednesday, which I think is I have my old calendar up. I haven't taken it down yet. Anyway, handheld calendar, because I'm going to start using the calendar on the tablet I have, on my tablet. So, let's see. My next books, I have a calendar on there. I'm going to probably use that. With next week in mind, the 15th and the 16th, 2 days in a row, I have doctor's appointments. I have Monday, I got an EKG. Tuesday, I've got a stress test. So from the 17th on, I'm free. Way Out There in the last 7 days, that Friday the 19th is going to be spontaneous as well. And I'll do the same thing as I did with the other one. I'll just post a old Way Out There show. Because, like I said before, I'm looking at next week's schedule, and I'm not going to really have any time to really schedule that except for the 17th. So I'm going to tentatively put that Gary Weston program year-end review program tentatively for the 17th. Okay? On January 17th, Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock Central, I will be on the air with the Gary Weston program year-end review, the sequel, wrapping up the review of this year's programming. Okay, so that's tentative on the 17th. And I will post it on the GJRB Schedule public site. Tentative on the 17th. The last 7 days and Way Out There for the 19th is canceled. Other canceled programs right now are Jazz, the Smooth Jazz and Smooth Afternoon canceled for Friday, as well as the Best of Jazz on Saturday. Okay, so I'm going to pull those broadcasts, and you might hear those. The Gary J Sports page will not be airing as well. All these programs that I mentioned are canceled and will be spontaneous broadcast, whatever, whenever. And like I said before, the other thing that I'm going to schedule at this time is going to be the Best of the Year Lesson Program Year Review, the sequel, and that's tentative for Wednesday, January 17, 2 o'clock Central Time. And if that for any reason I cancel our program, it will just become spontaneous, and I'll just post something. So look for a posting of a Past Gary Lesson Program next week, on the 16th sometime, and we'll post it. And after I get back from my stress test, I will post it. And if it's ready to go, and if it's not, I will post whenever. So that show will just get on whenever. And I will, same with Way Out There. For Way Out There, I'm going to post that interview I did with JMD Board on August 25th of last year, the Dream Analyst. I'm going to repost that for another run, because that was a good interview. I really was. I liked it. So I will be having we'll repeat that one with JMD Board. To post that I'm going to be doing the Way Out There show coming up within 24 hours, and then I'll post when we'll be on the air with that. And then Gary J Sports page, I'll just post a promo for it, okay? Because I right now don't even know what I'm going to do with that show yet at this point. So that's how it's going to be done. In review, basically, let's see. In review, like I said before, all programs are canceled that I have scheduled. All programs are going to not have, all my promos, I got to go through all of them, and I'm taking out the times that the shows air. I think the only one I think I'm going to keep at this point is Way Out There and the last 7 days, but some of the other shows are going to be like Radioland's promos. I'm not going to have a time on it. It's just going to be generic promos. That's all it's going to be now. And this is because right now I don't know what's going to happen in March, quite frankly. I don't know what day I'm going to have this surgery. So I'm just guessing as to what I'm doing, okay? And it's going to be a while before I sit there and actually plan and be able to put shows in time slots again. Because I really don't think it's working. That schedule I did is not working. I've had to cancel so many shows, and quite frankly, I just started to get discouraged. And I start getting depressed. And I just can't deal with it sometimes. I just get really, really bummed out about it. I can't schedule programs. This is the only way I can do it. Spontaneous, whatever, whenever, whatever. Whatever time I get, whenever I get to do the show, whenever day, whatever time, just whenever. Because I can't do it any other way at this point. I'm going to try to schedule 2 programs a week, but I just can't schedule anymore. That's just it. I think it should be 1 program a week, quite frankly. I can only schedule 1 program a week, not 2, not 3, 1. Because I just can't do it. I have a lot of shows, I'll grant you that. A lot of them. So I guess it's just going to be how it all comes out, you know? It all comes out. It just depends on how it all just seems to go. I really don't know how it's going to work out now, you know? It's just a matter of trying to figure this whole blasted thing out. Because I'm looking at it going, how do I do this? I'm looking at my page right now and I'm just seeing nothing but blank. It's just really discouraging. I'm not asking people to listen to the show. I'm not forcing people to listen to the show with a gun to their head. That's not that. That's not the point. I think the point of the matter is I see a lot of people who have a lot of hits and a lot of likes on their Spreaker public site, and I'm going, what's the matter with me? You know? That's what I'm saying. What's the matter with me? What could be the issue here? I think I provide a lot of great programming for folks. Yeah, I gotta take my Christmas shows off. I'll grant you that. I gotta take a lot of them off yet. I still haven't got done with the playlist on some of them, so that's why I'm kind of going through. I take the playlist off so I have an account of the songs I play. But, I basically try to get everything together. All I have really left are a few Christmas shows that I need to take off yet. Otherwise, everything else is off. So I'm just kind of trying to work on trying to get a lot of other Christmas shows off that I don't know. Well, I'm going to try to see what I can do to make this more interesting radio station than what I know. And I guess, I don't know, maybe it is because I'm making it sound like he's a terrestrial station, an AM FM signal. And maybe it is, I don't know. Could be, I don't know. Just the way I am. I like to use my AA degree for something. I mean, really, something. Quite frankly, that's how I see it. What could be the issue here as to why I'm not getting the listeners that I'm hoping to get sometimes. And I think that is basically the whole reason behind why I'm feeling this way right now. Kind of discouraged and ready to quit. Because I just don't think I'm liked on here or something. That's how I see it. That's how I feel. And I can't help how I feel. That's just how I feel. I really don't know. I was always that way even in school. I mean, here in school, quite frankly, there's times I didn't want to go. Because I just did not feel liked. And there's a lot of people that do like me, point of that. But the point of the matter is, the zeros are just depressing right now. And I don't know, I don't have that big of an ego. I just don't think I do. I think it's just a matter of the fact that I can sit here for days, every day, and go on the air and do a show and do a broadcast. But am I broadcasting to nobody? Or am I broadcasting to somebody? See? How do I know? How do I know I'm getting listeners? How do I know that maybe somewhere along the line someone's listening to a radio broadcast? Really? So, here I am sitting here, I'm just trying to figure out why, what's the matter with me? That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get my radio lands and making sure that all of them are on here because I'm kind of going through and deleting shows that are from Christmas. I'm trying to wipe out all my Christmas shows because I don't have them on anymore and Christmas is over. So I'm trying to get rid of some programs that you're hearing that is asking me if I wanted to replace it. So I just kind of canceled out of it because I was in the wrong place anyway. Got 10 minutes left, so I'm just going to kind of sit here and just start planning out the day's production. I got a lot to do with next week's Best of the Gary Russell Program Year in Review, the sequel, and get that finished and get that ready to go on next week. And I want to start working on my music rotation so that I can go on the air willy-nilly with my jazz and my other programs I canceled. Way Out There wasn't ready anyhow. Usually I like to have a scripted type show. Not really scripted tight, but I have a rundown of what I want to do. That's the reason why I didn't have a rundown for Way Out There yet. And it's on next week, and I think I'm ready for that show. So that's another reason why I canceled it. If the show's not ready, it doesn't air. And also, to make a show ready, I gotta have production and production time. And so sometimes I have to cancel the show in favor of production. Because my broadcasts are all done in the same place I do production. You know, I'm on one little studio, which, like I said, I want to be honest with you, is in the bedroom. Okay? This is quite simple, because we're just in a small apartment. I have to compromise with what I've got, as a singer, I'd like to have a dream studio. I'd love to have one. I'd like to have another place where I can put this. Quite frankly, there are times I miss the apartment I used to live in, which was down below the hill there, in the button factory, which is what they call it here. And I had a great apartment because I had 2 bedrooms in there, and I could actually have a studio in that other one. It wasn't a bedroom, it was a studio. And that was where I was broadcasting from. And I had space to spread out. I could have had turntables and everything there. I could have had cart machines and a reel-to-reel. But right now, this is what I've got. I need a new board. I need a new console system. I need to set up like a radio studio. I want to get a different microphone that is like the ones you see in radio stations with a pulley. I want one of those. I want to be able to maybe enhance the studio somehow. Make it look more like a radio station than it is. Because they have a guy here I follow, he takes pictures of radio stations, and he wanted to, say, how about you want to take a picture of your home studio? My home studio is not worthy of a photo online, so that's why I just don't really bother taking a picture of it. It's a good studio setup, but it's not exactly, the mixer's all over to my left, and I have everything all to my left here, the mixers and everything. It should be in front of me, but they're to my left. And all I have is my microphone and this table. I really don't have any room on here for my logs and my rundowns if I put the mixer here. So that's why I don't put the mixer here. Because of that. There's just 6 minutes left to kind of close things out. I want to first apologize for kind of maybe sounding like I was whining, because I don't have listeners. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I kind of get frustrated with it. Sorry I kind of get down. Wasn't sounding down today, I hope. I was feeling kind of like bummed out, that's all. Because my programming isn't being heard. And like I said before, back in the day before I had this speaker, all I had was the little FM stations that I used to do. On my 9-foot little plug-in iPod transmitter, putting on programs over that, calling it my radio station. It was fun at the time, but I used to get bored with it too and just didn't care to do it anymore for a while. Then I got Spreaker, which thanks to my friend Brian Hansen, who drew me to it. I've been doing this since 2012, and loved every minute of it. But not getting the listeners, which I kind of got frustrated at from the very beginning. I may just continue here a little bit because I haven't seen my wife's home yet. So I'm just going to kind of sit here and maybe continue to talk for a little bit more. Maybe see what we can get. But like I said before, I had this station for that long, 2012. Tried to produce a lot of fun radio shows that people could enjoy. Had some listeners, thank you for a lot of the listeners who did listen and who found me and who enjoyed the programming. But listening to Sam and Michael, we should not forget my good friend Michael Martin, because he also promoted my shows, and I appreciate that to no end. And I promoted his music and played it on my shows. And really, still, if he, wants to request some new songs, send them to me, I'll play them on here. It'll go in my rotation, it'll go in my airlines list. I want to be able to provide music of newcomers. And I'm open to all forms of music, really. I am to all genre. It's just that I don't like the current music out there that much. Because, I don't know, like I said, I come from a different time. Okay? I come from a different time. And that time, the music was great. And I'm just disappointed how music has gone. It really have. I don't like the way it's going. And a lot of the artists do all the, not just the music, but the movies, the television shows, everything. I mean, they just brought back the X-Files, which I do watch. I like to watch that. All of these shows, all the actors have to be political. And it's really, I think that's one of the reasons I can understand the other guys who were talking to last night on here about radio, because radio's doing the same thing. All left-wing slam Donald Trump, and all he's trying to do is make this country better. And I think that is why I get fed up with today's entertainment. And that's why coming up on that next week when we do the Best of the Canada Wrestling program, I'm going to play you that piece from my show back in May, I believe it was, when I talked about that. Thing on, see, now I lost my train of thought. I have to do, so to make my, maybe you listen to this, I don't do what you do. I have to say focus. I have to try to focus. I really do. Sometimes I have focusing issues. I have coping issues. I don't talk sometimes. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is go, I said I was going to roll on, I'm going to call it quits right now, because I got things to do. So I'm just going to close out. This has been a GJRB Schedule Update podcast. This will stay on the air for as long as I have room on the Spreaker public site, so that you get an idea of exactly what we're doing on GJRB. Going to take you out with Apollo 100. Enjoy. Have a great day, everyone.